1 in 5 working adults aren't working right now, and that's tragic. I'm an essential worker, which really means I'm essentially tired all the time, and if I ever came down with the coronavirus, I'd essentially be disposable. What would I do if I was one of those 30 million Americans who didn't have a job? How could I make money if I was working in an economy that was in the toilet? How could I make $500 in 4 weeks doing absolutely nothing? Spoiler alert, I did it. I made my $500 in 4 weeks. But before I give you all my trade secrets, let's talk about some things you should know about the stock market before you invest. Hey, my name's Hero, and you're here because you want to make money in the stock market. You want to make money in the stock market. That's crazy. Well, let's see if you're prepared to do what it takes. Here are 5 things you're either going to need to know or be able to do in order to make money in the stock market.
You've told me that before, but what exactly does that mean to you?
The first thing you're going to need to know about the stock market is that this is no place for lack of emotional intelligence. If you cannot keep composure or panic under pressure, you are going to lose a lot of money. And if that's something you're not prepared to do, you need to walk away right now. I only invested money that I found lying around my house, which was about $15.34. My brother gave me a link that gave me a free stock, which I added to the original deposit that I had. I'll talk more about him a little later because he plays a super important part in the grand scheme of things. I signed up for Robinhood, got my free stock, no catch, no gimmick, no strings attached. It was literally that simple. Sign up, get a free stock. It's so simple. Here's my link. Use it and you'll get a free stock. It is that easy. And if you can't do that much, then the stock market really isn't for you. I really appreciate you making it this far into the video. Just leave a like, enjoy the rest of your day, and have a good one. It's no hard feeling. Thank you for leaving that like. Thank you so much. That is great. Thanks. I really appreciate it. I know there's at least one person that liked it right as I said. I freaked one person out. I know I did. Robinhood is the app I will be talking about throughout the vast majority of these videos. The only reason why I will be talking about Robinhood is because I find it most aesthetically pleasing, and it is very simple and has a lot of intuitive tools, part of it, that make it very easy for beginners. And I do have 2 more accounts, Webull and TD Ameritrade. Webull, you can get 2 free stocks actually if you sign up and make a $100 deposit, and there'll be a clickable link in the description below. You got your free stock. It was probably Ford, GameStop, MRO, some shit, some $3.50. If you thought you were gonna get a Microsoft or Amazon on your first try, hell yeah, go yourself. All right, people out here really trying to make money, and luck ain't part of it. But if you did, hit up Amazon off of my link. I'm not even asking for can I hold 5? So now you're all set. So let's talk about don't buy any stock under $10. Don't buy any stocks you haven't read at least 3 articles on. And don't buy any stocks that haven't been on your watch list for at least 1 day. Rules will govern every action you make in the stock market and throughout your journey. I am going to say this and say this once. The only time I have ever lost money in the stock market is when I have gone against my own rules. If you cannot follow your own rules, this is not a journey you want to take. Your rules will shape and create the type of trader and investor you'll be in the future. So your rules really will dictate how much money you can make and how fast you can make that money. I have a lot of rules, but they're not complicated. My rules aren't designed to be restrictive, they're designed to keep my emotions in check. If you want a full list of some of my rules, just leave a comment about it in the comment section below and I'll make a video about it. But one of my favorite rules is before you buy any stock, you need to know when you're going to sell that stock. Let me explain. For example, if I know Disney is always at $100 and one day I wake up and I see Disney at $90, before I jump on that sale to make a $10 profit, it is important that I actually think about that $10 profit. How long is it going to take me to get to $10? How long has Disney been at $90? How long did it take them the last time they were at $90 to get to $100? If these questions don't pop into your head before you hit buy, that is a bad investment. Now, in reality, Disney is not a bad company to invest in. In fact, I would jump on that as soon as I met my rules. But like I said, you need to know when you're going to get out. And that's on the high end, when you gain. What about on the low end? How low are you willing to watch your investment drop before you get out? Natural rule of investing is get in low, sell high. You have to keep that in mind every time you buy a stock. If you're buying a stock at its 52-week high, there's not a lot of room and opportunity for you to sell that stock at a profit. So be cognizantly aware of these things when you're buying it. But I could go on and on and on about my rules, but your rules are really just a reflection of you and the type of person you are. Say, for example, if you have a pile of dirty dishes that have been in your sink for a few days, that's a sign that you probably have some pretty bad. Or maybe you're just suffering from anxiety or the angst or the inability to really fathom your future because of the pending doom that has been surrounding our globe in the past 5 months of this year, making it easily top 10 worst years of my life and probably yours. So if that's the reason why you have those dishes in your sink, I'll let it slide. But the basket full of clothes from the laundry that you did 2 weeks ago is completely unacceptable. And it's a sign that you have some pretty bad habits. And if you have bad habits, the stock market will expose you. The stock market opens up at 0830 CST. And the pre-market opens up at 0800 CST. So you need to at least be up by 700. Wake up early and don't sit in the bed. Get up and go. Shit, brush your teeth, shower, and get breakfast. You make better decisions when you eat breakfast and have started your day. Read your articles on Yahoo Finance, Market Whisperers, or whatever. Just read something relevant to your market. 30 minutes before the market opens, look at your investments, look at your stocks. Make sure that all the trades you want to do for the day are in their appropriate queues and that you have the right sell and buy limit orders set. And instead of watching your investments go up or down, start reading on how you're going to make the next investment your best investment. Read another article is what I'm trying to say. And this kind of leads to my next point. You need to be able to do a lot of. It is literally the hardest thing to do in the stock market because everyone has this belief that there's some get rich quick scheme out there, and I'm here to tell you there's not. You need to do a lot of research. And if there's anyone honestly telling you that they can make you a lot of money in the stock market without telling you you need to be able to do research, by law, that person should have to give you $100 to invest in his theory, because there's no way that you're going to make money in the stock market if you don't know how to invest your money. More importantly, who to invest your money in. The stock market is literally a gamble, a dice game, an educated guess that you are making based on reliable and sometimes unreliable sources. Just because Warren Buffett sold all his stocks in airlines doesn't mean you should sell all your stocks in airlines. In fact, the crumbs of the rich will put you in another tax bracket. Your ability to do research will also help you maintain your emotions, understand house money, and your own limits. Research doesn't have to be all analytics and all numbers and charts and lines. It could be simply your ability to perceive information and use it pointedly. For example, Nike was declared the most desirable shoe in America by teens. In the same week that they were presented this award, they also shut down 3 of their biggest factories overseas. This is horrible news for investors, but even though the stock market revolves around numbers, good news sometimes trumps bad numbers. And that's something you would only know if you did your research. But my point is basically read, and when you're done reading whatever you read, read some more. And my final point is probably going to be my most important point. You definitely need a strong, intellectual, accountable, educated, supportive. Your team is single-handedly probably the most important thing on this list because they are fundamentally your building block. Your team needs to be a reflection of what you want to see yourself as in the market. My team consists of my two younger brothers, Luke and Taufik. They are some of the most dependable people I know on this planet. So it's a no-brainer that I depend on them and they depend on me. But our team is built and constructed to help balance out our strengths and our weaknesses. For example, Luke, his ability to do research is second to none and find pertinent information from an analytical and a qualitative stance is probably some of the best I've seen in my life. But he is new to the stock market and doesn't really understand how charts and the Greeks work. This is one of his weaknesses in the stock market. And trust and believe, Taufik the Wiz Kid has the numbers game down point. He has some of the best charts and best scouting reports when it comes to numbers that I've ever seen. He has literally been able to predict when the market will go down and go up. The only problem for him is sometimes he gets a little tunnel vision whenever he starts worrying about the numbers and doesn't really feed into the news, which is where I come in. That is my strong point. I kind of function as a middleman in this section. I don't have the strong research capabilities that Luke has or the analytical number know-how as Taufik. What I am able to do is interpret the market from a behavioral standpoint. But it's important for you to understand the only reason why I'm able to make these decisions confidently is because I have a strong supportive system in my brothers. They take care of me and I try my best to take care of them. You will need a team as well. You'll need some people that you can depend on, just like brothers or sisters. You need to be learning from each other. You need to be pushing each other to continue to learn new and more challenging aspects of the market. While your underlying goal is to make money in the stock market, your real big picture goal for you in the stock market really should be that you and your team make enough money that you eat good and eat so good that you're willing to feed somebody else. That should be your real goal. As you can probably tell, my 5 ways of making money in the stock market don't really have much to do with the stock market. I don't have some magical stock that I'm going to be able to tell you to go buy that's going to make you money. If I had that secret, I really wouldn't be talking to you right now. But here we are. Making money in the stock market is about behavior and discipline. I made this video to tell you guys the truth about how the stock market is going to be and the tools you're going to need in order to make money in the stock market. But then again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not some money guru. I don't have $1 million in the bank and I don't have a 6-pack. But what I do have is the ability to bring a keg to a party instead of a 6-pack and $15.34. And with that money, I made $500 in 4 weeks doing absolutely nothing. Feel free to use my links to get yourself a free stock or two. If you don't want to use my link, if you're using someone else's link, that's fine. I don't really care. My job is to get you into the game. And if you've made it this far, like seriously, you're ready. I think so. So let's get it started. Let's start your journey. Next week, we'll be talking about my first week investment and how I went from, I think, $15.34 all the way up to $187 in really 1 week. But it's really 2 days because I was working. So we'll talk about that next week. I greatly appreciate you guys. Take care. Woo! Rough. Oh my God. I'm fasting right now, so I can't drink water. My voice is so hoarse. And lost in my senses, spinning through the town. Sooner or later, the fever ends.